Right now, at this very moment, your soul is screaming at you, not with words, but with a frequency so pure, so undeniable, that your entire nervous system is vibrating with recognition. You feel it, don't you? That electric anticipation crawling up your spine. That knowing that something monumental is about to shift. That's not anxiety. That's not wishful thinking. That's your quantum field preparing for the most significant leap of your existence. They never tell you this part, that your biggest transformation won't announce itself with trumpets or lightning bolts. It arrives as a whisper, a gentle tug at your consciousness saying the version of you sitting here right now is about to become obsolete, not broken, not wrong, just complete. Like a butterfly that's finally ready to abandon the cocoon, you're sensing the walls of your current reality becoming too small, too limiting, too foreign to who you're becoming. And here's what nobody explains about quantum leaps. They're not metaphysical fairy tales or new age fantasies. They're measurable, scientific phenomena happening in your energy field right now. In quantum physics, particles don't gradually drift from one state to another. They vanish from one location and instantly appear in another when the conditions are precisely right. No journey, no transition period, just instantaneous relocation across space and time. Your consciousness operates the same way. When your vibrational signature reaches critical mass, when your emotional coherence hits that perfect frequency, you don't slowly evolve into your next level. You jump completely, immediately, into a parallel version of reality where the impossible becomes inevitable. But most people abort their quantum leap at the last second. They feel the energy building, sense the shift approaching, and then panic. They start asking questions instead of surrendering to the process. They want guarantees instead of trusting the intelligence that's orchestrating their evolution. They try to control the leap instead of becoming the leap. That's why you're here, because something inside you recognizes that your time has come, that the universe has been preparing you for this exact moment. Through every challenge, every breakthrough, every moment of doubt that brought you to this threshold. You're not randomly watching this content. You're being called forward by the version of yourself that already exists in the timeline you're about to enter. And the calling isn't subtle anymore, is it? It's demanding, insistent, like an alarm clock that won't stop ringing until you wake up and answer. Because your quantum leap isn't just waiting for you, it's actively seeking you. Reality is literally restructuring itself to accommodate the expansion that's about to occur. Feel that energy moving through your body right now. That's not excitement about some future possibility. That's your cellular structure preparing for immediate recalibration. Your DNA is receiving new instructions. Your neural pathways are rewiring themselves. Your electromagnetic field is shifting into alignment with frequencies that didn't exist in your awareness 5 minutes ago. This is how quantum leaps actually work. They begin in your energy before they manifest in your experience. The shift happens first in the invisible realm, then cascades into your physical reality like dominoes falling in perfect sequence. But here's the catch. You have to stay in the frequency of the leap, even when nothing appears to be changing on the surface. Most people fail here. They feel the energy, sense the possibility, but then start monitoring for evidence. They check their bank account, scan their relationships, analyze their circumstances, looking for proof that something's different. And the moment they do that, they collapse back into their old vibrational pattern. They abort the leap and wonder why nothing ever changes. But you're different. You understand that quantum leaps require quantum faith, not blind belief, but energetic commitment. The willingness to embody your transformed self before the transformation becomes visible. To act from your elevated state before your elevated state becomes your reality. Because here's the secret they don't teach in manifestation courses. Your future self already exists, not as a potential or possibility, but as an actual frequency broadcasting from a parallel timeline. Every time you feel that pull towards something greater, that's your evolved self sending you a signal, inviting you to tune into their reality and make it yours. The question isn't whether you're capable of making this leap. The question is whether you're ready to stop being the person who needed to make it. Because quantum transformation isn't about getting something you don't have. It's about becoming someone you've never been. Someone who operates from such a different vibrational baseline that your old problems simply cannot exist in their reality. Think about the caterpillar dissolving into cellular soup before reorganizing into a butterfly. It doesn't gradually grow wings while remaining a caterpillar. It completely ceases to exist as its former self and reconstitutes as an entirely different being. That's what's happening to you right now. Your caterpillar identity is dissolving so your butterfly consciousness can emerge. And yes, this process can feel terrifying because transformation means death. Not physical death, but the death of every limitation, every excuse, every story that kept you small and safe and familiar. Your ego will fight this dissolution with everything it has. It will create drama, manufacture doubt, and generate every possible reason why you should stay exactly where you are. But your soul knows better. It knows that on the other side of this transformation lies the life you've been dreaming of when you thought no one was watching. The relationships that nourish your spirit instead of draining it. The purpose that feels like play instead of work. The abundance that flows effortlessly because you've become a match for its frequency. Right now, your quantum field is scanning every possible timeline to locate the one that matches your highest potential. It's calculating probabilities, adjusting variables, and preparing to collapse infinite possibilities into one singular reality. The reality where you finally step into your power, where you finally claim your worth, where you finally become who you came here to be. But this window won't stay open forever. Quantum leaps operate on cosmic timing, and the conditions that are aligning right now may not align again for months or years. The universe has orchestrated this perfect storm of circumstances, energies, and opportunities specifically for you. This is your moment, your invitation, your quantum portal opening. And your soul is begging you not to waste it, not to hesitate, not to ask for more signs or better timing or clearer instructions, because you already know what needs to happen. You've always known. That knowing has been burning in your chest for weeks, months, maybe years. That unshakable certainty that there's so much more to your existence than what you've been experiencing. The leap isn't about changing your external circumstances, though they will change. It's about changing your internal frequency so dramatically that your external world has no choice but to reorganize itself around your new vibrational signature. When you become unrecognizable to your old self, your reality becomes unrecognizable to its old form. This is quantum physics in action. This is consciousness evolution in real time. This is your metamorphosis beginning not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, in this eternal moment where all possibilities converge into one choice. So I'm going to ask you something, and I need you to answer from your soul, not your mind. Can you feel it building? That energy in your core that's been growing stronger with every word. That recognition that something monumental is shifting in your field. That knowing that you're about to step into a version of reality you've only dared to imagine. That's your quantum leap preparing for takeoff. Your consciousness is literally expanding beyond the boundaries of your current identity. Your energy field is recalibrating to match frequencies that exist in parallel dimensions. Your entire being is becoming a tuning fork for miracles. But here's where most people lose their nerve. They feel the energy reaching critical mass and they get scared. They start questioning whether they deserve this transformation, whether they're ready for this level of expansion, whether they're worthy of the reality that's trying to birth itself through them. Let me tell you something with absolute certainty. You wouldn't be feeling this energy if you weren't meant to embody it. You wouldn't be receiving this transmission if you weren't ready for this transformation. The universe doesn't make mistakes when it comes to quantum evolution. It only calls forward those who are prepared for the leap, even if they don't feel prepared. Your readiness isn't measured by your confidence. It's measured by your willingness. Your willingness to release who you've been so you can become who you're meant to be. Your willingness to trust the process even when you can't see the destination. Your willingness to jump into the unknown because remaining in the known has become more painful than any fear of the future. And right now, as these words penetrate your consciousness, something is shifting in your cellular structure. Your DNA is receiving new coding. Your neural pathways are forming new connections. Your energy field is expanding into configurations that didn't exist in your reality 10 minutes ago. This isn't metaphor. This isn't visualization. This is measurable, scientific transformation happening in real time. Your body is literally becoming a different instrument, calibrated for different frequencies, designed for different experiences, capable of different results. The old you operated from scarcity, doubt, and limitation because that's all their nervous system could process. But the you that's emerging operates from abundance, certainty, and infinite possibility because that's what their upgraded system was designed to handle. Think of it like upgrading from dial-up internet to fiber optic. You're not just getting faster access to the same content, you're gaining access to entirely new realms of information that were previously impossible to download. Your consciousness is upgrading its processing capacity to handle realities that your old operating system couldn't even perceive. This is why your old problems are about to become irrelevant, not because they get solved, but because they exist at a frequency you're evolving beyond. They're like radio stations you can no longer tune into because your receiver has been calibrated for entirely different wavelengths. The relationship drama, the financial struggle, the creative blocks, the health challenges, the lack of purpose, all of these exist in the reality you're leaving behind. In the reality you're entering, these problems literally cannot exist because the vibrational environment doesn't support them. But you have to complete the leap. You have to allow the transformation to finish what it started. You have to resist the temptation to retreat back into familiar dysfunction just because uncertainty feels uncomfortable. Because uncertainty isn't your enemy. Uncertainty is the space between who you were and who you're becoming. It's the void where miracles gestate. It's the cosmic laboratory where impossibilities transform into inevitabilities. Most people interpret uncertainty as a sign they're going in the wrong direction. But uncertainty is actually confirmation that you're going in the right direction. It means you're moving beyond the predictable patterns of your old reality into the infinite potential of your new one. Your logical mind will demand proof before it agrees to this transformation. It will want guarantees, timelines, and step-by-step instructions for how this quantum leap will unfold. But quantum leaps don't operate according to linear logic. They operate according to vibrational coherence. When your entire being vibrates at the frequency of your desired reality, that reality has no choice but to materialize around you. Not gradually, not eventually, but instantaneously. Because in the quantum field, there is no time delay between vibrational alignment and physical manifestation. The delay you experience is created by your own resistance. Every doubt you entertain, every fear you indulge, every moment you spend analyzing instead of aligning creates interference in your signal. It's like static disrupting a radio transmission, making it impossible for the clear signal to come through. But when you stop creating static, when you stop questioning and start embodying, the signal becomes crystal clear. The universe receives your broadcast with perfect clarity and responds with matching precision. This is happening right now in your energy field. As you absorb these words, as you feel this frequency moving through your system, your broadcast is becoming clearer. Your signal is getting stronger. Your quantum leap is gaining momentum. And here's what I want you to understand. This transformation isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. You're not a passive recipient of cosmic forces. You're an active participant in your own evolution. Every breath you take, every thought you think, every emotion you feel is contributing to the trajectory of this leap. So breathe consciously, think deliberately, feel intentionally. Recognize that you have the power to direct this transformation through your conscious participation. You're not at the mercy of random universal forces. You're the co-creator of your own quantum evolution. The version of you that exists in your desired timeline is reaching across dimensions to pull you forward. They're sending you energy, insights, opportunities, and synchronicities to help you bridge the gap between where you are and where you're going. Every intuitive hit you receive, every door that opens unexpectedly, every person who appears at just the right moment is your future self, orchestrating your quantum leap from the other side of the transformation. Pay attention to these signs, not as external validation that you're on the right track, but as internal confirmation that you're becoming coherent with your highest timeline. The more signs you notice, the more aligned you're becoming. The more aligned you become, the faster the leap occurs. But don't wait for the signs to believe in the leap. Use your belief in the leap to recognize the signs. This subtle shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of seeking proof of your transformation, you become proof of your transformation. Instead of hoping for evidence that you're evolving, you become evidence of your evolution. Instead of waiting for permission to step into your power, you give yourself permission and watch the universe reorganize itself to support your decision. This is the moment where quantum leaps become inevitable. When you stop seeking transformation and start being transformation. When you stop chasing your future and start embodying it. When you stop trying to make the leap and start being the leap. Feel that shift happening now in your posture, in your breathing, in the quality of energy moving through your system. Something fundamental is changing in your vibrational signature. You're literally becoming someone different as these words penetrate your consciousness. The you that started watching this video is not the same you that's receiving this message right now. Quantum transformation has already begun. The leap has already started. The only question is whether you'll allow it to complete itself or abort it before it reaches critical mass. And deep in your soul, you already know your answer. You've known it for weeks, months, maybe years. You've been preparing for this moment through every challenge, every lesson, every experience that brought you to this threshold of transformation. This is your moment. This is your leap. This is your quantum evolution beginning right now, not as a future possibility, but as a present reality unfolding in real time through your conscious participation. So here's your invitation, not to watch from the sidelines, but to jump, not to wait for better conditions, but to recognize that the conditions are perfect right now. Not to prepare for transformation, but to be transformation. Your quantum leap awaits. The only question that remains is this: will you answer the call? Will you trust the process? Will you allow yourself to become who you've always known you could be? The universe is holding its breath, waiting for your response. Your future self is reaching across dimensions, waiting for you to take their hand. Every possibility you've ever dreamed of is lined up in the quantum field, waiting for you to match their frequency. This is your moment. This is your choice. This is your quantum leap beginning now.